Well, it's that time of week again, folks. I've left it a day or two later than normal, but it's that time of the week where I go through some of your comments on one of the videos or one of the posts and give you a chance to have your opinions aired. And today, we're going to talk about GB News. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing alright. I am not too bad. Let me know how you are in the comments. And that your week's been okay and you've got good plans for the weekend. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Well, I've had a look through the videos and the posts, and there was a couple of days back now where most of YouTube seemed to be giving GB News a good kicking. And I thought, instead of doing a video about it myself, I'll just put a post up and say, what do you think? Basically, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, isn't it? That's what's important. What do you think? And I thought I'd go through and address some of these comments now and, let people know what you thought. And you can let me know what you think on this video too. So here goes. Right, Simon. Hello, Simon. Says, only watch it for Neil Oliver now. I was dubious early on when they had some muppet taking the knee on air. Yes. Lately, I heard someone on the show talking about the trans ideology. They said the GB News had gender-neutral toilets. So I think it might have started off with good intentions, but it has infected with woke like the rest. A shame, really. Yeah, I mean, you had Andrew Neil there at first, didn't you? And he left because he didn't like what it appeared to have turned into. And being BBC to the core, he ran for the hills. There's obviously more to it than that, wasn't there? But, well, we'll never know because we're not Andrew Neil. But I see what you mean. When all this came out, I just glanced at the GB News website. You can do it any time. And the stories and the distraction, you know, Harry this, Harry that, Zelensky this, Zelensky that. It was all there, the same as the rest. And I thought, maybe they got a point here. And, you know, one of their presenters has left under a cloud because he refuses to sign a contract, making him responsible for Ofcom fines. And again, you got to wonder. Marion, I find it very strange indeed that one person leaves GB News and most of YouTube turns against them. Kangaroo court or what? Perhaps they should take a look at the BBC or ITV News. Is this what we really want? Well, Marion, I think there's always been a faction there that have been a bit, you know, is this really what it appears to be, isn't it? I mean, Katie Hopkins, for example, did a video the other day and gave her 2 pennyworth on it and said they're all controlled in some way, you know. They like the pay, they like the exposure, and they will do as they are told. And they are Ofcom regulated, whereas I am not. I can say what I like within reason. It's, you know, I get the impression they have to play along to an extent, and I don't think they're as for the people as we really led to believe. But as somebody said the other day, they're the best of the bad bunch. I would rather watch them any day of the week over BBC and ITV. Martin. Hello, Martin. Ofcom are the bad guys and are ruled by the government, so it is they who are stopping free speech. That's the problem, isn't it, Martin? Ofcom, they have to abide by Ofcom regulations. So, in effect, there is no free speech, or not in the sense we'd know it. Denny Case. Hello. I think they're still the best news channel out there with news and views. Other mainstream news won't touch. I'm very disappointed about Mark Stein's departure, which I hope isn't a sign of things to come. Well, he was a good one, wasn't he? And I think that, you know, like with all things, stuff goes on in the background, doesn't it? We don't know anything about. That's the problem with presenting yourself in public in any way. A lot of assumptions are made about what goes on in the background, which aren't necessarily true. And, you know, there may be more to it than that, but on the basis of it, it's all contractual. It seems to be the problem. And again, I think they are the best of the bad bunch. GY Trucker, don't watch or really listen to mainstream media. Redacted is a good channel, plus a few others. Yes, Redacted, I always watch that because they do a lot of coverage about what's going on in a certain corner of the world, beginning with you, and it's turning a bit horrific. There's an awful lot of people watch this channel and others like me that gave up on the mainstream media a long time ago, and the reason is they're sick of the same old garbage. Northern Warrior, they're clearly working in defined parameters. Yeah, Ofcom, never going too far, so they're certainly not independent. Just how it was in the 90s when I worked for the BBC, which is unrecognisable to me today. It's unrecognisable to everybody, isn't it? They're so far from their original charter. It's unbelievable. I think I saw an article the other day where there was more or less an admission of bias. Kevin, the problem is all mainstream media in the country is controlled by Ofcom, effectively the government. There's that word again. Trevor, I've never watched Mark Stein, but I've seen him throw his teddy out the pram lately after being released from his contract. There's no dignity in being sacked these days. You always speak your mind, don't you? I like it. Boris Johnson's hairdresser, I watch their clips. I love your screen name, by the way. If they interviewed the ordinary public, I might have some respect. It's always experts. Yeah, that's right, it's MPs. I mean, look at Pints with Farage or whatever it is. It's always MPs and experts on this, experts at that. What about what we think? You know, what about what we do? Mad Planet, no TV licence, no subscription package either. MSM tells people how and what to think depending on the current message. GBNEWS is governed by Ofcom. Enough said. Yeah, again, Ofcom. And you hit it on the head. I would prefer that the media informed us of what was going on. They don't. They inform us of what they want us to believe and try their best to make us believe it. And more people need to wake up to this. How do you say it? Golf? Nobody speaks the truth anyway, so it's best to take news from different sources and make your own mind up. Everything is controlled to fit someone's agenda. That is exactly what I do. I look at a piece of news here and work out whether there's any truth to it, and then I go and check it in a couple of other places, even media overseas, because they have no interest in trying to influence us, do they? Ben, to be honest, I only seem to occasionally watch it for certain presenters. I tend to watch clips from Sky News Australia. Yeah, they're pretty good. More as they don't hold back. And as they're an Australian news channel, have no Ofcom to deal with. Absolutely spot on. Well, that's it for today with the comment read back. That's a few of you got your name out and your opinions put across. Hope that was all right. Leave comments below if you've got anything else to add about GB News. I'll see you soon with another. Toodaloo.